the Jacksepticeye and welcome back to Would You Rather. I haven't done one of these in ages, and it's good to have these every now and then to pose life questions, life dilemmas every now and then. And the first one is horrible because it's would you rather be sick for the rest of your life or kill 2 puppies? Oh, why? Oh, God. So, killing 2 puppies, absolutely awful. Why would anyone ever want to do that? I would absolutely despise doing that. Being sick for the rest of my life. How sick? Are we talking like a cold? Because I could probably deal with that. Because I do not want to kill 2 puppies. But if you're talking like malaria level stuff, or like, I don't know, like polio or something, it's like, how sick are we talking? I don't know. I might have to kill the 2 puppies. As much as I hate saying that, because any sort of harm towards any sort of creature kills me. Because even when I have to kill like bugs or anything, I'm like, no! Except spiders, because fuck those, they can die in a fire. But oh god, no, I love puppies so much. But being sick for the rest of my life would hinder me so much that I wouldn't be able to get anything done. Yeah, see, the people agree with me. I'm sorry, puppies. Oh, can they be sick puppies or something that were going to die soon anyway? Why do they have to be puppies? Well, I guess it's better than saying 2 kids. Because then the internet would be in an uproar over me. Stare at the sun for 5 seconds after being in a dark room for 5 hours, or have one eye replaced with a glass eye for the rest of your life. Oh! Stare at the sun for 5 seconds, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then go back down. Is that irreparable damage? How long can you stare at the sun? I mean, you're not supposed to stare at the sun for any length of time, but there must be a certain length of time that you can stare at the sun where it's not going to adversely affect your eyes completely. But being in a dark room for 5 hours and then you wouldn't be able to look at the sun for 5 seconds afterwards. I call bullshit on that. You come out of a dark room. When I come out of the Vive sometimes and look at these lights, I can't even like keep my eyes open. So you'd be staring at the sun like this. You didn't say I had to stare at it with my eyes wide open. Haha, I fooled you. I fooled you all. In an unlucky survival situation, would you rather go swimming with sharks or go swimming with alligators? Oh. See, this is where somebody who knows more about the creatures would be able to tell me stuff. Because, is it easier to escape? It's probably easier to escape an alligator in the water than it is a shark. Because sharks are absolute monsters in the water. I know alligators are as well. Alligators are pretty damn fast in the water and on land. They'd surprise you. But sharks are evolutionarily perfect for the water. They're absolute muscle mass and biting power. And they would suck. So, I might have to go with alligators. Just because, I don't know. I don't know, man. See, oh god, I messed up the screen. Sharks might leave you alone more, though. Maybe. I have no idea. Alligators, it seems like they'd be more inclined to go after your body in the water. Sharks might just be like, fuck it. I'm not swimming all the way up there. But I might pick alligators. People pick sharks! Punching a shark in the nose can make it go away. Punching an alligator in the nose is just gonna make it angry. That's probably true. I don't know, I thought alligators might have been the right choice. Who knows? Neither of those was the right choice. That's the point. If these were the only 2 religions, would you rather be Buddhist or be Jewish? I know absolutely nothing about either. I know the Jewish is Hanukkah. Buddhism... What do Buddhists actually believe in? I thought Buddhists just like believe in peace and serenity. I mean, most religions do. But do they actually have a day? I mean, I know they have Buddha. But is he supposed to be some like all-knowing being for like heaven and stuff? I have no idea. Be Jewish or be Buddhist. God damn it. Mouse. Stop. It's a new mouse. And the scroll wheel doesn't actually do the clickies. Like brr, brr, brr. It just, you can spin it and it just spins indefinitely. So, it's kind of annoying. Buddhist or Jewish? Buddhist or Jewish? Buddhist or Jewish? Who cares? Neither of these are going to be good, so, blah. I'm more on the Jewish side. Let's pick Jewish. Really, Judaism was the first monotheistic religion and is still around. They're obviously doing something right. I don't know. Religion questions are a big kettle of bad bastards. Every now and then. You can do something that can piss off people a lot. I have nothing against if you're Jewish, Buddhist, dragon, dog, table, chair. No matter what you are, no matter what you believe in, I still love you. Be barefoot for the rest of your life or wear Crocs for the rest of your life. Okay, I do love being barefoot. I do walk around my house barefoot a lot of the time. But going outside barefoot, not a good idea. It might be fun, but you're gonna get hurt. And Crocs are not that bad. Why would anybody choose to be barefoot for the rest of your life over Crocs? I know it's funny to say that you hate Crocs. It's like a meme by now. But Crocs are fucking comfortable. Don't care what you say. Would you rather have the first dibs every time, always have the last laugh? What are we talking about? Dibs! This is somebody, you walk in and there's a pizza and everyone's like, I want some, but you have dibs on it for the first, all the time. You see a nice looking person over there and you want to go talk to them, you've dibs on them. You've just dibs on humans. You've dibs on babies. You walk into a nursing home, you've dibs on whatever old person you want. But having the last laugh? Cool. You're the I told you so person. Which means that you're an asshole and nobody likes you. If you could choose to be any age forever, what would you be? 21. Why would you? It's fun to be 10. I'm 10 in here. But it's cool to be 21 for the rest of your life. Forever. Actually, not just for the rest of your life. Forever. I could be 21. That means I'm legal to do anything in any country. Basically. If I'm 10, I can't do anything. Can't vote, can't drink, can't buy cigarettes. Why would I ever buy cigarettes? Would you rather have the job of your dreams and always be broke? Have a job you despise but loads of wealth? Well, they say if you have a job of your dreams, then you never work a day in your life. Which, that's what YouTube is for me. YouTube is literally my dream job, because I remember being younger and I always played a lot of video games and I was like, man, it'd be cool if that could be my job. If playing video games could be my job. And then I was looking into stuff like if people play test games or being a game developer. I actually wanted to be a game developer for a while. And then I was like, no, those are like, that's not playing the game. There's a lot more to it than that and it's a very stressful job. And then YouTube came about and I was like, that's awesome. I get to play games for my job. I get to actually do basically anything I want from my job. I'm my own boss. I work my own hours. I work from home. I get to dick around with a lot of cool technology, which I love doing anyway. And I get to interact with all of you, which is the best part about the whole thing. That there's always somebody there to talk to all the time. That's awesome and I love that. So, but be broke, then like, how do you afford your stuff? Like, how do you afford rent and food and shit? But I wouldn't want a job I despise. I wouldn't want a job I despise. People choose wealth way too quickly over happiness. And it's not good, because wealth only gets you so far. Sure, you can buy things that make you materialistically happy, but it doesn't last very long. You buy the stuff and then you're back to square one. It's like, what if you don't have any friends? Then you're just gonna feel lonely anyway. Wealth is not gonna get you those things. Having a job you love just fulfills you more, I think. Having a job that you do every day that you love doing, just, it satiates your soul a lot more. Would you rather put a toothpick under each toenail and kick a wall, or be scalped? Oh my god. Oh no. So being scalped is where they cut your skin off your head and pull it off. So just the bare skull is present. That's what they used to do in war times, or what era was it? I remember watching The Revenant, and that's what they were doing. Scalping people. So it's a very I think it was in Assassin's Creed 3 as well. It's a very like olden time kind of thing. It's a very warrior kind of thing that you take the scalps of people to show how many you've killed. Plus just as trophies. Or put a toothpick. Oh god, could you imagine the pain? A toothpick. Well, putting them under your fingernails I feel would be worse than putting them under your toenails. I feel like your fingers are more sensitive than your toes. So, being scalped disfigures you for life. Because it's not like your scalp is going to grow back with all the hair on it. You might be able to get a transplant, I don't know, but... See, you never said how hard I kicked the wall. Wait. What if... Okay, I found a way to game the system. I'm gonna pick this one. Yeah! Because I just thought, what if you put the toothpicks under your right toenails and kick the wall with your left foot? I gotcha! Haha! I don't want to be scalped. Be unable to experience sadness or be unable to experience anger. Oh, this is a good one. I'm gonna go with anger. Never be able to experience anger. Because people would like to be like, oh, I don't want to be sad ever. I just want to be happy all the time. But see, the beauty of happy and sadness is that you're allowed to feel sad every now and then. Like, if somebody dies close to you, you're allowed to feel sad about that. What if you were never allowed to experience sadness? You were just at the funeral like, hey guys, who died? Haha. Like, well, I guess you wouldn't be joking all the time, but sadness helps you experience the good times as well. How do you know what's truly good if you never feel what's truly bad? You have to have some of the dark times to be able to experience the light every now and then. It's like, I remember coming in from like just the rain yesterday, and it's the same kind of feeling. Well, not really, but when you're outside and you're getting soaked in the rain, and then you come inside and you're all warm and snuggly and you get to take off your clothes and wrap up in blankets or something. That's the kind of thing with happy and sadness as well. That if you're really, really sad sometimes and then something or someone comes along and makes you incredibly happy, then you really experience that happiness. And I know there's a big thing to talk about depression and everything. That's a way bigger, broader topic. That's not just straight sadness. But anger. What does anger ever do? Anger is not... It can't really be a productive emotion. You've all seen Inside Out, right? You've seen how happiness and sadness work together to get to the end. That you need both. Anger, I feel like, is a very destructive thing. Like, you're playing a video game. You start getting angry at it. What does that do? It makes you pissed off. It makes you upset. I don't think anger has any sort of productive value at all. Ever. Maybe if you get in a fight. I don't know. Would you rather live in ancient Greece or live in ancient Egypt? Greece? Maybe. Ancient Egypt is pyramid times. Ancient Greece is like Zeus in those times. I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about either of them. Greece? Just gonna pick Greece. I feel like they might have had a less barbaric lifestyle. Actually, no, they had a very barbaric lifestyle. Greek gods and all those stories are actually incredibly barbaric. I don't know. Let's go sacrifice virgins, someone said. No, Jesus, yeah. They are incredibly barbaric. What am I talking about? But ancient Egypt, just for the location, I would have picked Greece. Because ancient Egypt was desert and everything, and I don't like that. Would you rather have grown... Nothing against the people who live in desert areas. It's just... For me, personally, having lived in Ireland forever, I don't think I could handle going back to a desert because I'd just dry up and die. Would you rather have grown up without a father or grown up without a mother? Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, the deep questions. Holy mother of fuck. Oh, man. And the sad fact is, a lot of you out there who are watching this is a reality for some of you. Which I'm incredibly sorry for you if that's the way life has been for you, because I think everyone deserves to have both their parents in their life. Whether it be two mothers or two fathers, or whatever, you deserve to have two loving parents in your life, I think. You deserve to have 1 billion loving parents in your life. Because I think just having one loving parent, it's very hard on the family. It's very hard on that one parent. It's very hard, they have to be the good and bad cop all the time. Having two parents, you can kind of like dish out things and it's a lot fairer. You just get a different upbringing. Not to say that any of you who've had one parent growing up are worse off or anything like that. I just think, I don't know, the more I talk, the more I think I'm gonna dig myself into a hole. As long as you're loved growing up, I think that's the only important thing. Having two parents is good and it's nice, but again, if you're loved enough, then if you're loved and you're brought up well, then I think it doesn't really matter. But see, this is the thing. I'm a lot closer to my mother than I am my father. I'm not really super close to either of my parents. I like, my family is weird. We're not the type of family that are very open about things. We don't talk a lot about things. We don't share feelings. I don't think I've ever heard or said, like, I don't think I've ever heard my parents say that they love me. Which a lot of you out there are going to be like, oh my god. But for me, in my situation, it wasn't really that bad. I mean, I grew up nice anyway. I grew up as a nice person. I'm not a terrible person without love. But it's just like our family weren't the most open to express that kind of love to each other. Or to express feelings to each other. Or to explain our emotions to each other all that much. And it has its downsides. But, I mean, it turned out okay. But I think I'm a lot closer to my mother than my father. I couldn't live without either of them. I absolutely love both of them. And my father was like, he was the one who was working a lot when I was younger. And then he retired when I was younger. My father's pretty old. He turned 80 last month. Actually, yeah, we're in July now. He turned 80 last month. So, my father's pretty old. He's older than most people's grandparents, actually. So, I don't know. This is a tough one. No! Whichever one I pick, I'm an asshole. I'm just gonna leave it up. I'm gonna leave it up to the fates. I'm just gonna wiggle my mouse around and blah. What side am I on? Where's my mouse? I'm up top left. I was up here. So grow up without a father. Oh, 73% of people picked it. Well, I already grew up without a father. That's sad. Oh God, that was... What a question to end on. That was a very deep question. That was a very deep, provoking question. There was a lot to think about in that regard. That made me think a lot about my childhood and everything. Oh God. But I like that. I like opening up and sharing a bit more with people. So you get to see me more as a human. Because I feel like if I'm just making jokes all the time, or and I'm not digging into these things and not sharing stuff, that you end up seeing me as just an entertainer. And I don't want that. I want people to actually see me as a full human. Like a dimensional being. That I actually have depth to me. That there's more to me than just shouting, yelling, and swearing all the time. That there's more to me. That you actually know more about me. Not that I delved into anything super deep. But just sharing is nice every now and then. You guys are my new extended family. But anyway, probably gonna leave this episode here. Well, what's the next one? Would you rather be male or be female? I'm not answering that. Oh God. That is a big topic. That will get me in a lot of trouble. By a lot of people. Because there's a lot of equality problems in the world today. Because you could say being a white male in modern society is just far easier than being just any sort of female in society, which sucks and really needs to be fixed. Because what up with that society? Change your ways! Fucking goddamn it. But also, having to go through, well, optional childbirth, but very unoptional periods. It kind of sucks. I feel for you girls. I feel for you out there. Having to go, any of you out there, any person out there who has to go through periods in their life, that's tough going, because your body tries to destroy you every month. So I feel for you. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm not picking either of them. God. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, punch that like button in the face. Like a buzz and high fives all around. Whoosh, whoosh. Thank you guys. Now we'll see all you dudes for the next video. Okay. Demolitionist is not a good thing. I fire way too slowly.
You're doing this while, Jack, but once you start to level your stuff up, it's amazing.
Okay, good.
Like everyone else.
That's why these videos are tough sometimes. Because topics like this pop up, and then you're in trouble no matter what one you pick. So it's kind of good to go away from them. Still love you guys.